Hello guys and welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video. And in this video I will be talking about the new spin-off manga series, Letter to Keisuke Baji. And this video will be a chapter review for Chapter 7, Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and Chapter 10 of Letter to Keisuke Baji. In these chapters we get a lot more information about Baji's family, and we also get to see many wholesome character interactions with Baji's mother. And these three chapters serve to show us Chifuyu developing his relationship with Baji, and we will get to see these two friends growing a lot closer together. Anyway guys, in these three chapters, we also got to meet RYUSEI's mother, and we also learned a lot more information about the origins of RYUSEI. I really enjoyed seeing the volume cover for Volume 2, and I hope that we will get to see more colored illustrations from this spin-off manga series. But before I get into this video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Revengers videos. Anyway guys, let's get into the video now. Anyway guys, the premise of Chapter 7 starts off at Baji's school, and we get to see this funny moment where Chifuyu is practicing his introduction, and he is wearing his new gang uniform. And in the last chapter we saw that Chifuyu got his very first Tomen uniform. And after receiving this new uniform we saw that Chifuyu was so happy that he actually started crying, and he was very grateful to Baji for giving him this gang uniform. And Chifuyu likes his new uniform so much that he even wore it to school. And during this scene, we saw that RYUSEI was also on the roof, and Chifuyu became embarrassed when he realized that RYUSEI was watching him practice his introduction. Anyway guys, we see that Baji suddenly arrived on the scene, and he is also wearing a cast to support his broken arm. And Baji asked Chifuyu if he could help him out with something, and Chifuyu was extremely happy that Baji asked him for help, and we see that Chifuyu immediately agreed to help Baji. The chapter then switches to Baji's house, and Chifuyu is helping Baji's mother redecorate her room. And Baji's mother says thank you to Chifuyu, and Chifuyu became very happy after receiving praise from Baji's mother. Anyway guys, after helping Baji's mother Chifuyu became extremely tired, because Chifuyu was working for many hours. And we get to see this epic panel of Baji, and Baji is holding a giant piece of furniture with his right hand, and Baji told Chifuyu to rest. And even though his arm was broken, Baji was still able to move this dresser with only one hand. After they got done helping Baji's mother, these three characters started eating dinner together, and they are also watching TV while they are eating. And Chifuyu and Baji were sharing this very wholesome moment where they were talking about a television show, and they were having a lot of fun together. And Baji's mother became really happy when she saw that Baji was having fun, and from the look on her face we can tell that she is very glad to see that Baji and Chifuyu are getting along. And I also really loved this moment where the author shows Chifuyu getting closer to Baji. And after they finished eating, Chifuyu was about to go to the store to get some groceries for Baji's mother, but before he left, Baji's mother told Chifuyu to take care of Baji. And in this moment we get some very interesting information regarding Baji's father. And this is actually the very first time that we have heard Baji's father being mentioned. And Baji's mother just says that Baji was born to an idiot like her, and she also says he was born into an even more idiotic father. She says that Baji is always sincere in whatever he does, and he is very irresponsible. And then she went on to say that it is very rare to see Baji bring a friend home with him, and she also says that this is the very first time that she has gotten to see him laughing with one of his friends. And then she says that Baji is an only child, so she thinks that Baji sees Chifuyu as his little brother. And we see that Baji's mother also asked Chifuyu to keep a close eye on Baji. And she told Chifuyu that she hopes that Baji doesn't make a fool of himself. And then in the next panel we see that Chifuyu agreed to her request. And this scene really shows us how much Baji's mother cares about her son, and we can see that they love each other very much. And this spin-off manga has really done a good job of showing us their relationship. Anyway guys, Chifuyu started going to the grocery store, and Baji ended up going with Chifuyu. And Baji apologized to Chifuyu for asking him to do chores. But Chifuyu just replied by saying that he will do anything for Baji, and he also said that he is Baji's sworn brother. And then Baji looked back at Chifuyu with a smile on his face, and Baji said that he never has to tell him that again. Anyway guys, I know that this was a very dialogue-heavy chapter, but this is where the chapter ends. Anyway guys, chapter 8 is more of a joke chapter, and this whole entire chapter just focuses on RYUSEI hanging out with Chifuyu, and RYUSEI is basically just fooling around. And in this chapter there were two people pretending to be Mikey and Draken, and RYUSEI basically just tricked them the whole entire time by making them eat a lot of food, and by making them do a lot of painful things. And RYUSEI thought that this kind of humor was very funny, and he was laughing at them the whole entire time. And at the end of the chapter Baji finally made an appearance, and we saw that he was walking a dog. And we learned that this dog belongs to Pa Chin. And the fact that Pa Chin's dog was introduced to the story really makes me wonder if we will get to see any of the founding members of Toman in this spin-off manga. And this dialogue also makes me think that we will get to see a Toman meeting where all of the divisions come together, and I think we will probably see this in the later volumes of this manga. Anyway guys, when RYUSEI saw this dog, he suddenly became frightened, and we saw that he made a scared face. And we see that Chifuyu started chasing RYUSEI with the dog, and this chapter ends with RYUSEI running away from the dog. Anyway guys, the next chapter starts off at a school setting, and we see that RYUSEI and Chifuyu are playing soccer together. And Chifuyu was getting very angry, because he kept losing to RYUSEI. And one of Chifuyu's friends suddenly arrived, and he told Chifuyu that Baji has been searching for him. And when Chifuyu met up with Baji, Baji explained to Chifuyu that if he fails this next exam then he will have to go to summer school, and if this happens then he will miss many of the Toman meetings. And then Baji asked Chifuyu if he could help him study for this exam. And then the chapter switches to Baji's house, and we see that Chifuyu is helping Baji study for his exam. And we see that they ended up studying together for 5 days straight, and during this time Baji was extremely determined to pass this exam. And at the end of the chapter we got to see the moment where Baji takes his exam, and in this moment Baji was able to successfully pass his exam. And in this scene Chifuyu and Baji were both celebrating together, and we saw that they were both extremely happy with this victory. Anyway guys, this scene is where chapter 9 ends, and the next chapter that I will be talking about is chapter 10, and this is also the most important chapter that I will be covering in this video. And this chapter starts off with RYUSEI's perspective, and we see that RYUSEI is currently being confronted by 3 gang members. And then RYUSEI started making fun of the gang members by calling them fans, and in this chapter we can tell that a new gang war is about to begin. And we see that Chifuyu also got confronted by 2 gang members, however Chifuyu was able to successfully outmaneuver the gang members. And we see this scene where Chifuyu defeated both the gang members all by himself. However, when Chifuyu was walking away, one of the gang members told Chifuyu that he is being targeted by the Atsuya Kaidan gang. And if you guys remember from chapter 5, this is the same gang that assisted the gang that attacked Baji, and this is also the same gang that Baji was talking about after being attacked by the Killer Bee gang, and Baji told us that RYUSEI has an inseparable connection with the Atsuya Kaidan gang. Anyway guys, the chapter switches to Baji's school, and we see that Baji met up with Chifuyu. And in this scene Baji revealed to Chifuyu that RYUSEI has been missing, and he hasn't been to school for a whole entire week, and we also learn that RYUSEI hasn't been answering his phone. After hearing this information, Chifuyu decided to go to RYUSEI's house, and when he arrived at this house he was greeted by RYUSEI's mother. And we see that his mother is an extremely beautiful woman, and I thought that this was a very funny moment because Chifuyu started getting extremely flustered after seeing RYUSEI's mother. And RYUSEI's mother told Chifuyu that she does not know where RYUSEI is, but she tells him that he might be in his room. And while they were walking to his room RYUSEI's mother asked Chifuyu if he had a girlfriend, and then she started teasing him by flirting with him. And this made Chifuyu extremely flustered, and then we see this funny moment where Chifuyu started running away, and then he entered RYUSEI's room. And after searching in his closet, Chifuyu found a Yotsuya Kaidan uniform, and in this moment we learned that RYUSEI used to be a member of the Yotsuya Kaidan gang, and this was a very important reveal. After learning this new information, Chifuyu decided to go search for RYUSEI, and he started leaving his house. And when he was leaving Chifuyu was still flustered by RYUSEI's mother. And RYUSEI's mother offered Chifuyu to have a drink together, however Chifuyu ended up leaving. Anyway guys, this chapter ends with Chifuyu leaving the house, and this is the end of this video. In my next video, I will talk about the last 2 chapters in this volume, and in these next 2 chapters there will be many crazy plot twists, and we will see many brutal moments. Anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, and want to see more like it then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.